Hello. So hopefully everything works like it's supposed to. I really, really hope so. I had fun with layers the other night. And let's pick up where we left off, because I think we're mostly done with this trial, like, hypothetically. So let me actually remember to change the screen. Okay, okay. This is a good sign. Okay. Continue. Ah, that's what I did. Okay, stolen turnabout. Oh, we're on the investigation. Okay. Let's see if we can't finish this today. Oh, right, Larry. Alright, okay. Let's see. Move. Actually, let's go back to the security room. Let's check our evidence real quick. So we've got a newspaper clipping, autopsy report button, Kane's list. Let's scoot back over to the Let's back it up a bit. Let me see what I might be missing here. Yes, investigation. Let's see. Oh, wrong thing. Do we want this one? Yes. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, yes. Okay, okay. Okay, let's see if we can't bust Larry! CEO office key card, CEO buzzer, Ron's wallet, blackmail letter. Yeah, let's give it a try. Presenteth. Oh, right. The night of the crime. On the night of the crime, were you working hard like you were supposed to, Larry? What? Of course! Of course I was! Why wouldn't I have been? But didn't you sneak off to work just yesterday to go see Miss Delight? But that was... and this is this! That was that, and this is this! Is there any chance you snuck out of work last night, too? Never. I didn't sneak out, I'll tell you what. I'll even bet you $1 that dollar is so mine. $1, wow, now that's confidence. What's with that dredge in the rain puppy look on your face? Do you have any evidence that I left my position, or are you pulling my chain? The evidence that Larry was not manning his station when the murder happened is... Is it the camera data? Oh, yeah, right. Found by KB's security building, yes! This wallet, you know about this, right? I've never seen it before! Liar. You hand-delivered this wallet to Miss Delight just yesterday! Give me a break. You can't expect me to remember every little thing that happened. Well, I do expect you to remember something that happened just yesterday! What time was it when you found this wallet? I guess it was around 1 in the morning on the first floor of our company building. 1 o'clock in the morning? That's right. In other words, Larry, At the time of the murder, you were away from the security guard office! Rip, Larry! Yeah, but there's something you didn't think about! What's that? My shift that day didn't start until 10 p.m. The murder might have snuck in before then. What do you mean by that? If the murderer had snuck in before 10 p.m., then it wasn't my fault. It was the fault of the guy whose shift was before mine. I know the feeling that he still doesn't get the seriousness of this. Listen up, Larry. We kneel beyond a shadow of a doubt that the killer snuck into the CEO's office after 10 p.m. during your shift, because we have the CEO's card, I think. Found in Ron's wallet, used on October 12th on the night of the crime at 1 a.m. Take that, Larry. Larry. When you use this key card, doesn't it leave a record? Yeah, it does. But I can't show the record to just anyone you know. That keycard data was already made public in the trial today. What? I didn't know that. Any kind of request info like that is supposed to go through me. Brilliant. Boy, does this sound a bit arrogant coming from a part-time guard. Anyway, according to the data, the door of the CEO's office was opened with this card. Furthermore, it was most definitely used at 1 a.m., the time of the murder. No way! Yes, someone used this to get into the CEO's office. That happened 1 a.m. on the night of the crime, right in the middle of your shift! Oh, Larry, you can't duck your responsibility this time. Yeah, no! Spill beans, Larry. Spill beans. Oh, I knew it! It's all my fault! It's my fault that the boss was killed! My fault! Larry, there was nothing I could do! I have important issues to deal with too, man! What happened that night anyway? My Donna appeared! Huh? Your Donna? I got a bad feeling about this. Yeah, my Donna called and said I had to talk to you right away! So I went to her and... he was standing right there, next to her. Who was? Her new boyfriend! It was like some horrible joke! Before I knew what was going on, the guy sucked me right in the kisser! Normally, I'm the one that does the punching, isn't that right, Maya? Uh-huh. Yeah. So, that's why you left the security guard office? Well, I'm sorry, it's all my fault. How could I ever make it up for it, Nick? What could I do? What? Please chill. He's curled up on the floor, crying like a... oh no, he's in the fetal position. But Nick! Is there anything I could do? Anything, just name it. I'll do whatever I have to do to make up for it. I swear I will. Please just tell the truth, my guy. Larry? Hey, Nick, as long as he's offering, why don't you show him the evidence we got? She's right. Maybe we'll get one bit of useful information from him. Nick! Alright, so... let's present... I'm assuming it's the... this. Buzzer on the CEO's office is directly connected to this room, right? That's right! Just like my heart is connected to yours, Maya. No. Huh? Go ahead, Maya. Press the buzzer in your heart. I promise I'll come running to your rescue, like the professional guard I am. Wow, that's pretty good. Heh heh heh, thanks, I try. Do you think you could tell us about the buzzer now? Yes, please. Please tell us. Okay, I guess so. Prepare to be wowed. Alright. I am prepared to be wowed by the emergency buzzer. I accidentally pressed the buzzer earlier. Yeah, I heard it. So that was you, huh? You're a security guard, aren't you? Why didn't you come to the CEO's office? Well, this is the third floor with the basement. The CEO's office is on the first floor. I thought it would be a good idea to, adopt a wait-and-see approach. Plus, there's police detectives here, right? I just didn't think it was necessary. How are you not fired? It's as if he's trying to win an award for the laziest person on the planet. Let's get back to talking about the night of the murder, okay? Is it true that the buzzer didn't go off that night? There must be a record, right? You must have had to look at it, right? Of course I did. And I couldn't possibly have made this mistake earlier, either. Do you think you could take just one more look for me? Pretty please? Oh, okay. I just can't say no to you, Maya. What do you think, Nick? He's probably right. I don't think even Larry could have made a mistake like that. What is it? What's wrong? I made a mistake! Huh? But how? It can't be! It's impossible! Okay, enough already. What about the records? That night, it went out just once, in the morning, around 1 a.m. 1 a.m.? That's when the murder happened! Really? Are you sure? That's terrible! It can't be! Okay. Let's move, I guess. Let's move, I guess. Let's move, I guess. Okay, where am I going? Okay. Hold on, we gotta examine one thing. We gotta examine something. Something's written on this poster file in fine print. A guard's 5 commandments. Wow, this sounds serious. Let's see what it says. 1. Obey thy superior. 2. Respect thy superior. Smile at thy superior. Salute thy superior. Buy donuts for thy superior upon command. Signed, Wendy Oldbag, head supervisor. She's one tough old bird, let me tell you. Cross her and you come face to face with a real genuine ray gun. Yeah, sounds scary, alright. Well, fortunately she's on vacation, that's why I'm so relaxed right now. She's going to kill you. Not security exhibition hall, move. Basement? Okay. I guess we'll, check this real quick. Basement warehouse. Okay. I guess we're moving again. Not that. Move. We need to go back to the detention center. Yeah, okay. October 13th, detention center, visitor's room. I already told you, it's not me! Sad, pitiful whine that tapers into silence. Sounds like they're interrogating Mr. Delight right now. And we don't have enough time as it is. Yeah, well, I guess the police are going crazy just like we are. Yesterday, Yesterday they thought he was just a thief. Now they've got a murder case on their hands. I guess you're right. The guard over there looks a bit on edge, too. Come on. We'll just have to come back later. Okay, let's go check out some other places, Nick. Alright, so let's move to... talk... Okay. Let's move to... Move. Basement warehouse? Do we need to... Okay. Let's see what we got. Do we have enough to break the lock? No, okay. I guess we need to examine some things, so let's go do that. Okay, we checked that. Slide. Or did we not? We checked that. Checked that. Hold on, what do we got? Okay, so we got the poster, we got the calling card, we got the camera data, security camera photo, the blackmail letter, his wallet, autopsy report, newspaper clipping, buzzer, record. Okay. Is there something I didn't... Oh, here's a thing I didn't click on. Look, a ladder! That's a step ladder. So, what's the difference? You need to stop judging things based on narrow-minded cultural assumptions, Nick. Right, sorry. Do I feel like we've had this exact same conversation before somewhere? That pathetic-looking wooden box. Ah! That's the box that had the sacred urn in it! Don't touch it. There may be clues to the thief's identity on it. Grr, it worked so hard to make that box. Huh? You made the poor excuse box, Maya? What's that supposed to mean? And I was so proud of it. Sniffle, sniffle. Poor Maya. Maybe I'd have to do better. Been better if Master had taken the box, too. Okay. Let's, let's exit. Let's see if we can't. Sacred Urn. So, do you know anything about the Sacred Urn? Who? Me? In court today, Miss Delight brought the urn back. But it's a little different from the urn I remember. Alright, what did you do? So Adrian does know something that she's not telling us. Nick, I want to find out about the murder, and I want to know about the urn. Alright, right, I forgot that you need to present the Megatama? Presenteth. Sacred Urn. Miss Andrews, do you know anything about the Sacred Urn? Do I know anything? I'm in charge of the entire treasure exhibit. The urn was submitted before the court today. It's obviously not the same urn as before. Well, that's true. Maybe it isn't the same. It could be a fake. A fake? You're the one who said it wasn't the same, so that's the most obvious explanation. Do you have any evidence that the urn was submitted by a trial at the trial was genuine? Let's check the thing. The treasure. Realtor, we're doing okay today, and we're dealing with screen capture, and it seems to be going all right. Okay, exhibition. For whatever reason, I can't say exhibition today. The sacred urn with Maya's face on it. You presented it in the profiles? Well, Miss Andrews? See? Look! It was a fake after all, huh? I mean, your evidence is fake too, as I expected. Oops, I guess really? Okay. So have I convinced you, or do you... Okay. That urn was submitted, the trial was genuine, okay. Yeah, I figured out why it wasn't, working was because, like, for whatever reason, the layers were all messed up? Let's see. Let's check this. That's him striking a pose. Do I still need to... Camera data, security. Let's check that. Oh. Well, no, that's just the box. Hold on, I'm gonna make... It worked before. We're gonna move sound alerts up. Because we can. But yes, thank you for the 8 months. You're wonderful, thank you. You're still my favorite Pikachu, even if you're not subscribed. Alright, layer order, yes. Move to top. Okay. Or it could just be wonky, I don't know. As long as everybody can still see live enough, OBS is slightly laggy for me. So, fun times. Hold on, da-da-da-da-da. Okay, so I need to find Pearl, it looks like, so what am I doing? Right, okay, did that. Okay, da-da-da-da-da. Ah, okay. Okay, hold on, I think I skipped a thing. Alright, so we got that. Well, I guess we'll jump around for a bit, see where we need to go. This is still too early for this. Alright, so we'll exit out of it. We'll come back for you, ma'am. Alright, let's see. Where do we need to go? I think we already examined all the weird stuff in his room. Anything? Anything? Nope. Okay. We're moving. We're moving and we're grooving. Right, so did we... Okay, no, we... And then we examine... Oh, wait, I guess we need to re-examine stuff? Sure. Oh, that's so cute. It's called a hot air balloon, you know? Wow. There's no fooling you. I'm gonna make my own balloon now. I'll even let you ride in it, Nick. That emblem on the balloon is supposed to be top secret. This could convince the court that Rundalite is Master Mask. Better not tell Maya. She gets kind of scary when it comes to celebrities. It's Master Mask. There's a tape recorder hanging from his neck. Let me see it at. Click. Ah ha 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 ha. I'll be taking the crown now. Better luck next time, gentlemen. Ah ha 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 ha. Ronnie used to say that a happy laugh is the lifeblood of a thief. Well, that certainly is a happy-sounding laugh, all right. Yes, and laughing isn't as easy as it sounds. The harder you try, the more fake it sounds, like what I just did. Yeah, Mr. Delight works really hard at his craft, huh? So Ron received a blackmail letter, huh? Do you think Miss Delight knows about this? Well, if she did, I don't think she would have been smiling like that. I wonder if we should tell her about it. I think it'd be smarter if we didn't. Little tiny motorcycle. But why is there a... Whatever. Nick, it's a torpedo! It's hard to believe. Hi, Soul! Okay, good. The little emotes are working again. But it sure looks real. How could he have picked up something like this? Please don't say that as if a torpedo are things people just leave lying around. He totally did, though. It's right there. Hugs for you, too. I hope you're doing well today. Yeah, Hazel's snoozing. This thing looks vaguely familiar. Oh, I know. It's a fishbowl. Well, it's an upside-down one, anyway. I think it's a helmet. An alien helmet. Yeah, she's a good sweet kitty. And that, too, looks like a tape recorder or something next to it. I think it's a transceiver. An alien transceiver. Oh, that? Ronnie brought that home one day. Oh, really? Was there a game or something? It's a Space Ranger uniform. I've never seen Ronnie happier in his whole life. Oh man, I want one too. I wonder if KB Security was in charge of the security event from the last case. Ah, gotcha. Because I know there's a college right there. There's a whole bunch of stuff piled up over here. What are these rolls of paper stuck in the trash can? Theft of the Marzarin Stone, the Great Albatross Strategy. Oh no! The theft of the Immortal Goddess Statue, the Great Knuckle Boomer Strategy. Or Bomber. Did the police even investigate this place? Probably not. The police took a look at all of that, you know. Ellie, did they say anything? They said it wasn't important, somehow. Oh? Don't worry about it, Nicky boy. After all, my Ronnie's just an amateur. Amateur or not, this is cool! Knuckle Bomber. How cool is that? Oh yeah, no, it poured yesterday. I'm not surprised some areas got thunderstorms. Let's see. Can I talk to you now? No. Yeah, can't say I'm surprised. Okay, CEO's office. Talk to the gumshoe. Okay. Do I talk to Larry again? Alright. Oof. Yeah, I'm glad you made it back safely. Alright, what am I supposed to do? Hold on, we're gonna check the guide again. Did that. Did that. Did that. Okay. 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 I'm not entirely sure what I need to trigger for him, but we'll do our best. probably where the sacred urn was going to be displayed. Yeah, I guess so. I should put my should I put my attorney's badge there, you know, as a replacement? No. I think that's a little too small for that. About my Magatama? Now you're being silly. That's definitely too small. Wow. It's incredible. It's a tiny version of my whole village. Hey, I've got a great idea. We can make a miniature of your office, Nick. I don't know about that. Why is that one not working? But thank you, Kaito! Like, the other one worked. Yippee! Okay, that should have... it worked before, but I guess my emotes are not... My emotes are not having it right now. I'm so sorry. But that's okay. Hi, Kaito. Thank you for the resub. I'm trying to figure out where I... Oh, you know, it's probably because the screen's a little bit frozen right now. That's probably... It's catching up. Okay, good. It's just on my end. It's doing that thing again. You die before you finish painstakingly recreating that mess. Well, we could always clean it up first. True. Alright, do we need to go back to the office? Do I need to talk to... Ah. You must be relieved we got the sacred urn back, huh? You bet! But there's something a little different about it. Don't me? It's pretty obvious, isn't it? I mean, take a look at this! I mean, yeah, it clearly says, I am! On the urn in the poster. But the urn we got back says Ami, like it always used to. Oh yeah, you're right. Plus, the vase has pink splotches on it now. I'm sure they weren't there before. Maya doesn't know, but 1 year ago, when the urn was broken, repairs accidentally turned Mystic Ami's name into I am. And the repairs were the one mechanically unskilled little pearls. But still, I don't remember ever seeing pink splotches on it. Is it possible that the urn is fake? I'm sure Pearls will find out about that when she gets back from Korean Village. Yeah, I suppose. Now that I think about it, Maya hasn't been back to Korean in a long time. So I guess people still go to Korean Village to do their training, right? Yep. If you want to become a spirit medium, you need to undergo severe training. So why haven't you been training lately, Maya? Well, lately I've been thinking of heading to the channeling dojo to do just that. A channeling dojo, huh? Sounds pretty serious, whatever that is. If you're going to train, you have to be serious, otherwise real tragedies can happen, like, I don't know, the case from the last game? Is that what happened last year? Is what happened last year still bothering you? You know, that? That murder in her village. It happened because the power of the channeling was misused. When a medium uses the Korean technique, she temporarily loses her own will. Okay, apparently I missed all of this. So when an especially strong spirit is summoned, the spirit medium can get taken over and even forced to commit terrible crimes. What's worse, in those cases, the spirit medium has no memory of what happened. Bang. That murder. That wasn't your fault, Maya. You know that, don't you? I suppose not, but I guess I'm still a bit shaken up, that's all. Sounds like being the master of Korean is going to be a heavy responsibility. Alright. Can we go back to the detention center now? No. Alright. Let's see if there's anything we can examine in his weird room. Anything? Anything at all? Anything at all? No? Okay. I really do. I love these games to bits. But there is definitely something for the, you gotta click on everything. Okay. Let's just get through this dialogue. Rough way of life. Okay. Do we need to? Nope, we don't need to slide. Okay, basement warehouse. Let's examine some things, see if we missed anything. I don't know, that's the thing. Let's slide. Oh! Okay, then let's try that. Alright, so... that's been checked. That's been checked. Oh, what about these? They're just a bunch of old urns. Of course they are. This is the treasure exhibit, isn't it? Well, yeah, I guess so. His age? Okay. Okay, so... I guess let's go... CEO's office real quick? Yeah, that was... Oh. Ew, think about it. A dead guy was laying in here all night. Yeah, oh, by the way, don't bother asking about fingerprints. There were none. Well, somebody opened up this safe at the night of the crime, right? Yeah, and so? Well, if Mr. Bullard's body was hidden in there, it must mean that it was opened either by the killer or the victim, right? Yeah, I guess so. Ho 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 ho. I got some bad news for you, pal. Are you ready? Okay, shoot. Opening this baby is no piece of cake. There's only a few people who know how to open this safe, pal. Yeah, and? Everyone that knows how to open this safe has airtight alibis, I checked. Everyone except one, that is. I'm almost afraid to ask. Former security chief, Ron Delight. What? Ron Delight, he was a security chief? Ron? So he knew how to open the safe, huh? Okay, yeah, sorry to be raining on your parade there, pal. Okay. Was that really all that I had to do? Can I go? Oh, let's check this first. This looks like some kind of bookshelf rolling cabinet hybrid. I can't get between these two shelves. Don't strain yourself trying. It looks like these shelves are controlled by a specific panel. So I guess the one on the shelf, it's one shelf at a time, huh? Looks like they're filled with bunches of these files. Yeah, files filled with data about security jobs that were hard to handle. Be a good night's reading, if you got insomnia. I was hoping for something a little more exciting, like UFOs or something. Okay, let's see if now we can... go to the detention center. We are doing so much walking. No, still not? Alright, hold on. We're gonna talk to the guard real quick. The guard monitors the visitor's room. Looks like he doesn't have much to do right now. I can tell because he's looking at the camera and making funny faces. Okay, cool beans. No clues here. No clues here. Smile, you're on candid camera. The camera doesn't seem to have a lot of tape right now. The only thing watching it now is that guard over there. Okay. We already checked all of that. Actually, wait. Gumshoe, do you got anything new? Nope. Okay. Let's examine some more stuff then. Chair, painting, buzzer, chair, desk, shelves, walls, outline. This rope. think it fell out from the safe when it opened? No, honey. I don't think so. So you mean... Yeah, I think this string shows where and how the corpse was lying. You mean... the victim? He was killed by being crushed by the safe door? She can't be serious, can she? Alright, let's move. Let's just make sure. Really? Okay. Detective Atme said he got hit on the back of the head with this by the thief. But that was obviously a lie. Because it turned out that Atme was the real thief. Still hard to believe. Looks like Adrian feels really bad about it. I'm going to take full responsibility and fix the sword myself. I know I don't look it, but I have complete confidence that I can fix it right up. I promise I'll fix it so that you never know it was bent in the first place. Please be gentle with it. It's very sharp. Alright, slide. Okay, that's been checked. That's been checked. The door's been checked. It says Organi. No, it doesn't, Nick. It says organize. You just can't see the last two letters. Yeah, well, I guess no one else can read it either because this place is a mess. Yeah, so you should feel right at home, right? Savage. Okay. Can I talk to you? Okay. Can I go back to the detention center? I am running out of places to be like, where haven't I checked for things? Welcome back from ads! So, what do we do now? Isn't it obvious? We should get out there and investigate the murder. Well, first, we need to find out exactly where... Yeah, we figured that out. Why don't we ask Miss Delight? She should know. Besides, I want to ask her some stuff about motorcycles. Motorcycles? You're not thinking of getting one, are you? I'm not the same little Maya who used to be happy with her drinky little bike, Nicky boy! Speaking of asking around, I've got a few questions of my own for Mr. Delight. Okay, well, let's make sure to go to the detention center, too. Okay. Can I actually do that? Will you let me? No progress is big. Why? Why? Hold on, what step did I miss? Hold on, I need to look up my guide again. Uh-huh. 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 Okay. Oh no! Water, come back here! Okay, good. Nothing spilled. Okay. Apparently we need to bug Gumshoe, so that's what we're gonna do. Hi, Liv! Alright, so let's go back to... this. Move this. And... I hope you're doing well today. Present the profiles on... this man. Detective Gumshoe, tell us more about Mr. Shane Bullard. That's Kane Bullard, not Shane Bullard, pal. Oh yeah, the victim in this case just doesn't make an impression on me. Well, you were the victim up until Mr. Bullard was found dead. Yeah, and his body wasn't discovered until this morning. Anyway, we don't have enough information yet. Can you help us out? Sorry, I'm actually a little confused myself. For some reason, I'm just babbling on like an idiot right now. Okay, Nick. Now's our chance to get more info about the victim, so hurry up and ask. Oh, I'm sorry. It's hot for you right now. We're having a rare. It's rainy and stormy, but it's gonna get right back into the 70s and the 80s. Can you tell us more about Mr. Bullard? He was the CEO of KB Security, right? What kind of company is it anyway? Aside from the fact that it has security right in its name? Well, the company has basically sent security teams out to buildings to guard them. Mr. Bullard must have had the chance to learn a lot of secrets during doing this kind of work. Oh, and I don't know how to put this, but the guy was kind of a money grubber. Really? Me too. I just love money. I can't ever get enough. Please stop leaning in towards me like that. You weren't getting my wallet. Anyway, it looks like he did some pretty shifty stuff to earn his millions. Oh, so that's my problem. I need to be shiftier. Maya, no. Let me go already. Apparently, he was involved in selling trade secrets between rival companies. Oh, that's pretty dirty and underhanded. Yeah. Oh, KP Security used to head security operations against Mask to Mask. What? Really? Yeah. And after screwing up so many times, the company's reputation took a nosedive. So it was really Bullard who sent Ron the blackmail letter, huh? Okay. Was this... Can we move on? Can we move on to the detention center? Can we move on with our lives? Can we do this? Can we do this? Yes! Progress! October 13th, Detention Center, Visitor's Room. Mr. Wright! Mr. Delight! Did they finish your interrogation? Yes, but please don't leave me alone anymore! Mr. Delight, you lied to us before, didn't you? Well, you see... On the same night as the sacred urn was stolen from Lordly Taylor department store, blackmail letter you got summoned you to KB Security to hand over some money. Oh. Well, thank you, Liv. And then, that's where the CEO, Kane Bullard, was murdered. But there's only one Ron Delight, am I right? So the only question is, where were you that night? The time I want to hear the whole... This time I want to hear the whole truth. Your life depends on it. Oh, okay. Alright, talk to me, buddy. Mr. Delight, do you still insist you are Mask to Mask? Isn't that what I've been saying since yesterday? You don't have to be cute if you don't want to, but I still like you very much. That's a quick response. Tell me about it. To be honest, it's starting to get irritating. But listen, Mr. Delight. At the trial today, we learned the true identity of the thief, didn't we? That one. And his Pinocchio nose. Take a look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown. I guess it's true. I wasn't the one who stole that urn. Of course not. After all, you were at KB Security all the time. So then the person dressed up as Mask to Mask in this photo, that's gotta be a Detective Atme. The night of the crime. So that night, you didn't go to Lordly Taylor, you went to KB Security, right? I don't know why Pinocchio's biological father, the cherry tree, is here. Yes, I went to KB Security at the time the blackmail note said I should. Alright, what happened next? Well, I used to work there, so I know where the office was. I knocked, but there was no answer. So then I used the card key to unlock the door. That's probably when he dropped his wallet. When I went into the CEO's office, someone was in there. Someone? Who could it be? Then suddenly they bashed me over the head. Bam! Totally wasn't the tree. Was it Kane Bullard that hit you? I don't know. The person ran away while I was still stunned. When I came to my senses, the sight I saw left me speechless. Oh, that is a dead man? The dead body of the CEO was right there in front of me. I thought I'd died myself. Anyway, I thought I should do something with the body, so I stuffed it in the safe. So that's why you put it in the safe? Yes, that's right. I used to be the chief of one of the security teams, so I knew how to open it. Yeah, no, this is not incriminating at all, my guy. Okay, and what did you do after that? Well, I got out of there, for starters. I was the one who set up the security cameras in that building. So I knew how to avoid being spotted by them. Heck. All of a sudden, Mr. Delight kind of sounds like the murderer to me. Please don't say that. Why, you were fired. Mr. Delight, is it true that 1 year ago you were forced to quit KB Security? How did you? I'm begging you, please don't tell Desi, please! Don't worry. We haven't told anyone yet. Phew. Thank goodness. No, but I suppose I'll have to tell her sometime. She'll find out eventually. Why have you been hiding it from her anyway? Desi would despise me if she ever found out I was living a life of crime. Criminal, a thief, she'd never forgive me. My marriage would be over. Knowing that, why did you become a thief in the first place? Because Desi spends money like it's water. There's no job in the world that could bring in enough money. Except being a thief. At least that's what I thought anyway. So you became Master Mask for Desiree, huh? Alright. Let's present... This buzzer went off just once around the time that Bullard was killed. Oh! That's scary! Do you know anything about that, Mr. Delight? Sorry, I'm afraid I don't. Why am I not surprised by how clueless he is anymore? First let's... Actually, yeah, Hey! This is an article about my debut heist! Boy, that was a tough one. Before I knew it, they were hot on my trail. But Master Mask, he must have gotten away, right? It says in the article that he disappeared. That's right! I got a sudden burst of inspiration. I hid my Master Mask costume in a nearby plastic bucket. Then I quickly changed into my security guard uniform. Pretty clever, huh? Yeah. No, we're going with this man is just a living cherry tree. Wow, awesome. Hey, hold the phone. The guard in that photo. Is that you, Mr. Delight? Hee, that's right. Nice trick, if I do say so myself. Nice and easy to figure out. Even Pearls could have seen through that in a heartbeat. Okay. But as you might expect, Detective Atme found the disguise. He truly desires to be the title of Ace Detective. Detective Atme found the Master Mask disguise. That's interesting. Yes, and I heard he brought it home with him. So that's it. That's when Atme got his hands on this. Thanks to that, I got the chance to remake my costume. That must have been really time-consuming, huh? Yes, it took quite a while to complete. Anyway, a few days after that, I received the first of the blackmail letters. Blackmail letters? You got them starting when? Tell me more, now! Hey, calm down. Don't get so worked up. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. The blackmail letter. Is this the first one you got? No, of course not. But this is the first one that ever called me out to a specific location. So did you start receiving blackmail letters after the incident? Yes, just a few days after the Tear of Emanon heist. The first letter said, "I know you did it." So someone found out about your true identity? And just like that? It's not easy being a master thief, you know? You've got proof that it was you, so give it up, it went on to say. So in the end, I had to give up the treasure I went through all that trouble to steal. Is that right? Hey, hang on a second, what do you mean you have to give it up? Oh, don't worry. After I put the jewel in the safe deposit box, the letter specified... Ron, my guy. Someone sent me $10,000. Ron, my guy! No one said anything about me being worried, you know. After that, I started getting the plans in the mail. Plans? Heist plans? What are these plans you're talking about? They were instructions on how to steal a crown or a painting or some other rare treasure. They showed security blind spots, escape routes, and even suggested training methods. So you mean that the one who planned the heist wasn't you? No, it wasn't. I only planned the very first one. After that, I received plans from some very kind person, incredibly detailed plans. Sounds like Mr. Delight is thankful to the person who was blackmailing him. So Ron Delight was masked to mask after all? But someone else is behind the thefts. Someone who planned them all out in detail. I wonder who that could possibly be. All I had to do was deposit the treasure I stole into the safe deposit box. Who owns the safe deposit box? And then I just waited for the cash to come in the mail. Could you try to not look so gleeful about it? So you went after the sacred urn because of one of those plans too? Well, see, truth is, I've never seen the urn. All I did was follow the instructions and steal what I was told to steal. Yeah? Mr. Delight, is everything you just told me the truth? Yes, but please don't tell Desi, okay? Ah! Before we go, there's one more thing I want to ask you. Why? Yes, but please don't hurt me. Mr. Kane Bullard, do you swear that it wasn't you that killed him? Yes, of course. I could never. I'm not lying. All I did was hide his body in the safe. But then I was afraid they'd discover what I did, so I turned myself in yesterday. Why? Well, if the judge had ruled that I was guilty of robbery, then I'd have an alibi, right? I guess so. You're really clever, Mr. Delight. He kinda is, though, in the most bumbling way possible. I guess I have no choice but to take Mr. Delight at his word. Mystic Maya! Hey! Early! I'm back! Hey, Pearls! So what have you been up to this whole time? The sacred urn, Mr. Nick. I took it back to Korean Village to have it examined. And? What did you find out? Well, there's no need to worry. They said it was the real urn. Phew! That's a relief. I was really worried. But there's one small problem. Problem? The cute little pink splotches. They said that it's paint. And when they were put on the urn recently. Why are we talking about the pink splotches again? What's the big deal? What's the big deal? We've got to find out how they got there. That's the big deal. Yes, Mr. Nick, we've got to find out how they got there. Okay, we'll go find out how they got there. Please don't forget about me. Alright, now that we've got the urn, we can go back to the this. And now we go to the basement. Okay, cool. Progress. It only took an hour, it's fine. Oh, Pearl, how nice to see you. Hello there. I haven't seen you around lately. What have you been up to? Well, actually, I was having this urn examined. Oh, I see. Maybe if we take another good look at this urn. Will do, thank you, Liv. I always forget that I need to have more water when I'm voice acting. We can figure out the mystery of what actually happened here. Nick, let's look around one more time. Alright, so let's examine this heckin' box. This box, there's something about it that's bothering me. That's the box that the sacred urn was in. It looks like there's some pink paint on it, too. And it's definitely the same color as the stuff on the urn. I think I know how the paint got on it now. Alright, let's investigate again, Nick. Alright, cool. Alright, well, no, we already did that. Never mind. Never mind. Was it just the box? Was it just the box that I needed to click on? Okay, we did the Ami stat. Okay. It looks to me like it's been dry for several days. There's something suspicious about this paint mark. The bottom left part is shaped oddly like... And it's shocking pink. I wonder what could have happened, Maya, with that box that you made? Mr. Nick, could it be that this odd shape is... Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is it. Ah, that's the box the sacred urn was in. If you look here, there's a little bit of paint on the box as well. Wow, you're right. Look, it matches. What is it, Mr. Nick? This is all turning out exactly as I thought it would. Alright, cool. I think that's all starting to become clear. We're that much closer to solving the mystery of what happened to the urn. Alright, so now we talk to her. And she left! Okay, there she is. I thought you had absconded. Present. Alright, ma'am, we know you fixed it. You absolutely have the personality to fix it. It's obvious it's not the same urn as before. Well, that's true. It could be a fake. Alright. We need to do... Not Kane's list. So we'll do present. Because Pearl just had it. Sorry to break it to you, but the urn is the genuine article. Pearls went back to Crane Village and had it examined. Is that right? That's nice, but I don't see how... What she discovered is that the urn had been broken. Again. Did you say again? Yes, it was broken once a year ago. And now it looks like the same thing has happened. And quite recently, too. Recently? Are you saying that this urn was broken recently? That's why we used the word recently. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Why do you think it was broken recently? How do you know? Because... Now we'll do the... Not this, but the publicity photo should have the other spelling on it, if I remember correctly. Whoops, not that. Wrong publicity photo. I meant this publicity photo. Yes, because there's the I am. This poster. It was made recently, right? Poster? Ah, the poster for the exhibit. At the time when this photo was taken, the urn said, I am. No, her heart is on her sleeve. But now, for some mysterious reason, it says, me. When the urn was fixed, the letters were transposed. Ah! And I'm sorry, she absolutely has the personality of, I broke this, I'm gonna fix it. I am? What does that even mean? don't know anything about that. It wasn't even there when the photo for this poster was taken. Or I wasn't. That was a mistake. No, tell the truth. Wait! 4. Even if the urn was broken, I had nothing to do with it. Huh? Yes, that's it. It must have been one of the people at the photo shoot. They probably dropped it. I'm sure that's what happened. Looks like she's not going to give up that last Cyclops so easily. Do you have any proof that the urn was broken here at Lordly Taylor? That would be the box. Well, Miss Andrews? What is this supposed to mean? This urn had these pretty little pink splotches on it. And there's some of the box that the urn was stored in, too. No matter how you look at it, the paint seems to be exactly the same, wouldn't you say? So, what does that prove? The urn was dropped along with the box. That's when both got paint on them. Are you with me so far? You did an oopsie. Yes. The rest of the story is obvious. This box was dropped right here in Lordly Taylor's basement warehouse. If I can prove that, it means the urn was broken here too. So can you prove that? Can you prove that the box was dropped here in the basement warehouse? The frickin' wall. Probably. Yes, actually. I think you already know how I'm gonna go with this, don't you? Yeah, that was the whoopsie-doopsie! Yes, more or less. There's pink paint splattered on the floor and the walls of this basement warehouse. It's right over there! There are odd shapes imprinted on the part of the paint stain, am I right? Yes. So you put this box into the impression of the paint. It fits perfectly. Which means the box was dropped right over there! And that is when the urn was broken. Your name does you justice, Mr. Wright. Alright. Please explain. Please explain how you dropped it. I'm so sorry, I was the one who broke the urn. Boy, does this make me feel like some sort of evil school teacher. I'm a terrible person. Not only did I break it, but I tried to hide what I did. Well, that's not so hard to understand, is it, Pearly? No, not at all. I know just how she feels. It happened about 2 weeks ago. Just after the poster photo was taken on the same day the urn arrived here. I thought I'd put it away down here for safekeeping. I was carrying it in the box. And then I oopsie-doopsied. When I tripped on a paint can, I lost my balance. Oh, pain. The box I was carrying crashed to the ground. Crash. I heard a terrible noise and I thought my heart was going to stop. Fearing the worst, I opened the lid in the box. That's when it happened. Oh no. The broken pieces of the urn fell out of the box and landed right into the paint. I was so in shock and let a huge scream. I can totally see how that could have happened. Yeah, as clumsy as she is, I'm sure Maya understands. Well, I knew it was the most important treasure in all of the Korean village. So I tried as hard as I could to fix it. Fortunately, the shards were pretty big. And that's when the I am got changed to Ami. I didn't know how it was originally written. But any sane person fixing it would assume it said Ami. Any sane person? Really? Pearl, it's okay. You can't read. Oh, Pearls. She said she wasn't very good at spelling. Anyway, I put the urn into the storeroom and no one had seen it since then. Okay. But there's something I don't get. When we first came here, I didn't see any paint stains. Well, that's because it was so ugly and embarrassing. I used the golden statue to cover it. The Ami face statue. Aha! Aha! The first time that we came down here, it was on the night the sacred urn was stolen. But Mr. Nick, there was no paint marks on the wall of the floor of the warehouse when we were here. Well, there's some good reason for that. On the day of the crime around noon. I know, poor baby. That golden statue just happened to arrive in the mountain training hall. And? I realized that the statue would be the perfect size for covering up the paint stains. That's why I put it where you first saw it. I see. Now it makes perfect sense. But there's still one thing I find strange. What is it, Pearl? The day after the urn was stolen, we came here again. And at the time, the statue had been moved up and the paint was clearly visible. She's right about that. Well, Miss Andrews? Huh? What? I don't know anything about that. Placed it there to cover up the paint, so why would I move it again? Well then, who was it? Who would have done it and why? And that's, well, we'll go onto the ad break screen real quick. Oh yeah, it's just gonna be... Well, actually, I'll just leave it on the game screen then. But we'll stop it. We'll give it a chance to catch up. And actually, it wouldn't hurt to look at my guide real quick, because we should be moving on to the trial right now. Alright, yeah, let's get on to this. Who would have done it and why? Okay, ad should be just about done. Okay, there we go. Him. On the day before the theft, the statue was definitely closer to the door. Then the next day it was moved. But why? It looks like there's some connection between the sacred urn and the murder case. What? Hi, Bill! Let's give you a shout out. You were playing Oblivion, yes? Yes, you were playing Oblivion. How did that go? Were you having fun? We hope you were. Okay, so there's a connection between the sacred urn and the murder case. Oh, cool. Cool. Why? Why do you think so, Nick? Because that night, the real thief, Rhonda Light, was a KB security. So then why did another mask-to-mask show up here? A lot of different things are pointing to one undeniable fact. Do we trust Pinocchio's father? No, we don't. One undeniable fact? The murder trial is starting tomorrow, but it looks like that thief is going to be making another appearance. Alright, let's move on to the trial. It is still my intent to get through the trial before we stop. Because it's been a while. October 14th, 9:41 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 4. Hey, Nick! What is it this time? You won't believe how many people are here for the trial! Well, it is a murder case. What are you talking about? They're here for the trial next door! Next door? Why don't you know this, Nick? They're having Detective Atme's trial today. Detective Atme? Says they're going to try him as mask to mask. Already? That was fast. Boy, I'd love to see mask to mask trial, but I'm stuck in here with you. I know. By the way, where's Pearls? Oh, she went back home. She said she can't neglect her training anymore. I know you don't like me. Oh no, Ron. Rose has really gotten into her training lately, huh? Yeah, ever since that incident last year. Oh, she just wants to help you. Please, don't ignore me! Oh, Mr. Delight, good morning! No one likes me. No one would notice me, even if I killed some— Ron! Come on, don't be silly. Wait a sec. You don't mean— You're the murderer! No, I'm just a poor thief! No, wait, that's not right. Thief can't really be poor. Now let's see. According to Mr. Delight, from his second crime on, he was following a bunch of set plans. Plans that someone had been sending to him to help him commit the heists. Do you really think there's a connection between the thief and the murderer, Nick? Yes. It's possible, but today's trial is a race against the clock. Huh? How come? Let's just take our time like always. I'm afraid that's not an option. Huh? October 14th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 6. Yeah, have you ever heard of hypotheticals, Maya? Alright, Godot, what do you got for me? Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron Delight. The defense is ready, Your Honor. You're ready? Preparation is the last refuge of the week. Okay, settle down, everyone. Let's begin with your opening statement, Mr. Goodell. Ugh, he's got the judge in the palm of his hand yet again. Ron Delight is simply too young to be sent to war. That's all. I'm afraid I have no idea what that means, Mr. Goodell. He let himself in! He's the prosecuting attorney! Then you need to get out more, Your Honor. Life is war, but this is exactly why you must be more precise in your wording. 1 cup? That is all my statement means, Your Honor. You understand now, right? Yes, well then, let me briefly summarize the details of this case. Wow, the judge is taking charge like he knows what is going on for a change. The victim, Kane Bullard, CEO of KB Security. His body was found in the safe at approximately 9 a.m. on the morning of the 13th. Looking worse for the wear, obviously. However, the time of death was estimated to be 1 a.m. the previous day. And that's when our little lost kitten dropped the ball. That little lost kitten. That little lost kitten is, of course, the defendant. Very well then, Mr. Godot. Please call your first witness. No. I never drink more than 17 cups of coffee given any during trial. That is too much coffee. But we're on cup number 1. But the first one is always the best. Mr. Godot, your witness? Okay then, let's hear what the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight, has to say for himself. Oh, this is a bad idea. The defendant? Well, Mr. Wright, does the defense have any objections? I may be a bit of a disadvantage having the defendant testify, but... I remember when Mia was defending me. She allowed me to testify so she could do the cross-examination. She put a lot of trust in me back then. This is referring to the college case. We have no objection, Your Honor. Yeah, no, that is too much coffee for one man. The defense will allow Mr. Delight to testify. Huh. You've got guts, trite. All right then, Mr. Ron Delight, please take the stand. You did it, didn't you? Get down! Yes. What? No, that's not true! Huh? For a moment there, I thought we'd set the record for the shortest trial ever. Well, Mr. Delight already looks plenty guilty with that face he's making. Once he opens his big mouth, he'll probably put the last nail in his own coffin. Ha, very well. Now then, can you tell me something? If you didn't kill Bullard, why did you go to KB Security? Well, that's kind of hard to say. Boy, I wish I could go home. Now then, let's hear some testimony about what happened. This can only go well. My visit to KB Security. That evening, around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office at KB Security. That blackmail letter I got, it ordered me to go there. I'd been working for KB Security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was. 1 a.m., the exact time the murder took place. Cop number 2. The weak get washed away by the tides of fate. The strong drink it up. Ah, it's bitter today, too. Just like my destiny. You never know what's from the way he's chugging it down. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you please. Alright, let's... Okay, let's do the pressing. 1 a.m., huh? You're absolutely sure about that? Yes, that's what my watch said when I was entering the CEO's office, sir. No. Actually, I'm not really sure. My watch was slow, and my internal clock was also a bit... 1 a.m.? That's the exact time of the victim, Mr. Bullard, was murdered, correct? Too late for a coffee date, that's for sure. The blackmail letter I got, it ordered me to go there. Press that. It ordered you there? It was the first time I'd gotten a blackmail letter that ordered me to go somewhere. Does that mean you've gotten other blackmail letters then? Oh, of course. They said things like, steal this, or take that. Hold it! Why didn't you save those for later, Mr. Delight? Please don't say any more. Now, what should I do? Press harder. So what did the blackmail letters in question say? It said to bring $50,000. Money, eh? A perfect motive for committing a murder. Oh, but wait! I never intended to pay that money anyway. Oh, is that right? After all, he had nothing to hold over my head. I had nothing to be afraid of. An important point indeed. Witness, let's have that added to your testimony. Yes, sir. Ha. A muddy mud skipper in the outer space has a better chance of surviving than I do. Yep. The blackmail threat didn't scare me. Although it wasn't going to cause me trouble or anything. Let's press that. Just what were you being blackmailed about anyway? The blackmail letter said, if you don't want your identity revealed, correct? I'm sure it was referring to the whole mask-to-mask thing. But I wasn't worried. Mr. Bullard didn't have anything on me. He didn't? Anyway, I don't care what anyone says about me. Just as long as Desi believes in me. So that's why Mrs. Delight didn't believe he was mask to mask. That's why I knew they were just hollow threats. I've been working for KB Security. Oh, yeah. Press that. You used to be a security chief at KB Security, right? Yes, that's right. A security chief. You? And yet, a year ago, you were fired without notice. Revenge for an old grudge? A perfect motive for murder, wouldn't you go? This isn't good. Maybe I should change the subject. Why was he fired? Mr. Delight, please tell us why you were fired from your job. Well, the world is filled with those who have said, I wish I had never asked that. Okay, then but... Defendant, please answer the question. I needed money. You needed money? Well, you see, Desi loves to spend it. It's kind of her hobby. Not exactly the best hobby in the world, huh, Nick? My salary wasn't nearly enough. So I stole data from the company. Come again? SKP Security has a lot of security info on all sorts of companies. And since I was a security team chief, you stole some data and sold it. Mr. Bullard found out I was fired immediately. What? Wish I had never asked that. I was somehow able to keep it secret, and it made it seem like I quit on my own. What is that, Nick? You don't look so good. Someone who brings harm to their company is fired as punishment. You'd do well to remember that. He sure told you. So you admit that you stole data from your company. Is that correct? Yes, I'm sorry. This is a very important fact. Please add it to your testimony. Oh man, this whole thing just took a big turn for the worst, crashed and blew up. It's gonna take the jaws of life to rip this case from the clutches of disaster. But Desi doesn't know about that. Why would you do something like that? Well, for Desi's hobby, what else? Wasting money, huh? It's not a waste! So, Miss Delight doesn't know that her husband was fired, does she? So it would seem... I'm not sure what to think about couples who keep secrets like that from each other. I can't believe it. This case has gotten even Maya to think seriously about couples. Please try to stay focused, Mr. Wright. There wasn't much to his testimony, was there? Sounds like he's avoiding something. At least, that's what it sounds like to me. Uh-oh. I've got a bad feeling about this. We better be careful. But if we don't find a way to make him spill the beans, we'll never get closer to the truth. Yeah. Alright, let's see here. Okay. Let's see. I'm pretty sure I need to check... Okay. Okay, I was right to ask why he was fired. Okay, gotcha. I have the right idea. So, he's not worried about what his boss thinks. He's absolutely worried about what his wife thinks, though. So let's scare some sense into him. Mr. Delight, what you said just now doesn't match what you told me yesterday. Huh? What doesn't? I think you must have been scared. Very scared. Of having a certain person find out your secret. Gulp. A certain person? Miss Desiree Delight, the defendant's wife. Listen to me. My Desi, she's... Looks like if I just sit back and relax, the fun will end before it truly begins. Cadell. Yes, we know. It's all your wife's fault. What do you mean? Mr. Delight stole company data to pay for his wife's spending habit, for which he was fired. Unable to face his own wife, someone used his dirty little secret to blackmail him. And that is how the murder came about. Oh, No, everything is falling neatly into place for him. Don't talk about my Desi like that, or you'll be sorry! Well, it seems that we've learned a great deal of things here so far. What do you think, Nick? I don't think it was possible to get so thoroughly whipped in just 20 minutes. Oh my gosh, it's been about 30 minutes! Clearly, there was a sufficient motive for murder. He stole data from his wife, and he killed to protect his secret. A family man who cared just a little too much. The motive is clear. Let's move on. What happened at the crime scene at 1 in the morning, Mr. Delight? Come on now, tell us. We're all ears. At the CEO's office. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. Who could it possibly be? Suddenly I was hit on the forehead, and after that, I remember being a bit dazed. If I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed. When I came to, Mr. Bullard was lying there dead. Alright, no, we're gonna definitely be pressing some things. I see. Suddenly hit on the forehead, huh? I believe the detective from yesterday provided similar testimony because he is a pick-me. Yeah, really. He said that mask to mask struck him on the head from behind. Of course, since Atme turned out to be the culprit himself, that was a lie. Ha. No one's going to believe a pathetic lie like that. What are you saying? I really was attacked! Well, we'll find out what if you say is true or not during the cross-examination. Got that, Mr. Trite? Don't go easy on him just because he's your client. 3. If I see any sign that you are, I'll treat you like another cup of my special blend. You don't need to worry about that, Mr. Godot. I have faith in Ron. I know he didn't do it. He's a weenie, but I know he didn't do it. Alright, press that. Who was that suspicious shadow? If there was 1,000 of me, and even one new, I'd tell you. Trust me. His dodging of all our questions is not helping us win his case. Okay, then how was the victim, Mr. Bullard, at the time? What do you mean by how was he? Well, was he already dead? Was he still alive? Maybe he was the one who hit you in the first place? That's a good question. What do you think, Mr. Wright? Forget it. Hit on the forehead. Press that. Your forehead? Yes. I was hit on the forehead as soon as I entered the room. And an amazingly fast and powerful attack. Do you remember anything about who hit you? Well, like I said, it was fast. It was a fast and powerful hit. So I think I was a little dazed for a while. I don't think Mr. Delight even grasped what you were asking. Yeah, I'd like to show him a fast and powerful attack myself. Maybe that would knock some sense back into him. Alright, so we're gonna present this. Oh, I guess I have to press it first. Fine. Press it. That? Could you please clarify what you're referring to? Why, my mask to mask costume, of course. Wait just a moment. Mask to mask? Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? Just to be on the safe side, I dressed as mask to mask. And then I descended upon the office of the CEO of KP Security. What? Nick, did you know about this? He never told me this. I don't recall him ever mentioning it to me either. Even I didn't know that. Seems our little friend really loves to keep secrets. I'm sorry, I just never had a chance to mention it up until now. Wait, that's not right. You know how sometimes things just slip your mind? Ha! My 6th cup of coffee is staring up at me coldly. That's more like cup number 4. But then again, I am notoriously bad at math. At any rate, we can't ignore this newest piece of information. Witness, please correct your testimony. If I had been wearing my mask-to-mask costume... Okay, let's try presenting... No, we'll press it. Why were you dressed up as mask-to-mask? Why, because I'm mask-to-mask, of course. What are you talking about? Mask-to-mask trial is being held next door. Yes, I guess so. Anyway, at the time, I thought I was being blackmailed over the mask-to-mask issue. So I thought I should go with him, just to be safe. Oh boy. Let me tell you, it's a real pain to move around with that cape. That's why it took a lot longer than I expected. Took a lot longer? What is he talking about? Have you never cosplayed before, Phoenix? Sometimes those costumes are heavy! What do you mean by it took a lot longer? Oh, opening the safe, of course. Gloves? My cape got caught on the safe door, you see. This all happens when I was hiding in Mr. Bullard's body. What was that? Back up a second. Yes? You were the one that hid the body in the safe? Well, yeah. Inconceivable! Why? Just why? What reason could you have? What were you thinking? Question. When does someone toss their dirty shoes in the washing machine? What? The answer is simple. When they take them off. As usual, I have no idea what you're saying. Do you mean that Mr. Delight hid the body because he's the murderer? Ha. So you're not as stupid as you look. His metaphor this time was really obscure. Mr. Wright, you don't mean that you knew about this whole safe business, do you? Well, yes. Why am I the only one not in the loop here? Witness, make sure you add this to your testimony. Yes, sir. Uh-oh, looks like a storm. Front moving's over the fair weather judge. Pam hid the body in the safe. It took about 10 minutes. Why did you hide the body in the safe anyway? Well, because it wouldn't fit in the drawer. That's not exactly what I meant. When I saw the corpse, I kind of lost it. I thought, if they find his corpse, they'll think I did it. Ha, I think you had a simpler reason for that. It's because you killed him. That's why you spend 10 minutes hiding the body. That certainly makes more sense. Hold on. 10 minutes? What is it, Nick? I just had a thought. Under those circumstances, would you normally try to hide the body? And spend 10 whole minutes trying to do it? Under those circumstances? In cosplay? Hey, Nick. If you think his behavior was so strange, why don't you present some evidence that would show what those circumstances were? That's it. I'll take a look at the court record. Yes, okay, fine. I bet he's still hiding something. Wouldn't be surprised. We'll just have to draw it out of him. Alright, let's see here. Okay. Did that. Okay. Only right dead. Hidden the body in the safe. It took about 10 minutes. Presenteth the buzzer. There are no which would make sense because he was wearing gloves. Your Honor, could you please take a look at this record? And what might this be? The record for the emergency buzzer that connects to the CEO's office for the security. The button in the office is pressed, a security team is supposed to come running, but Larry didn't do that because Larry is, not a good employee. And according to this record, the buzzer was pushed once at 1:02 a.m. What? If Mr. Rondelite was truly the murderer, he would have run as soon as that buzzer sounded. After all, the security guard would have been heading his way if it wasn't Larry. I forgot you sounded like that. Ha! Let's remember who we're dealing with here. He probably had no idea there was a security personnel in the building. Until 1 year ago, my client was working as the chief of security. Of course he would know that. There's no way he wouldn't have known about them. But, as it turns out, the guard never came. That was nothing more than a coincidence. The fact that the guard was a pathetic loser who just got punched in the face by his ex's new boyfriend and wasn't anywhere near the vicinity was not something Mr. Delight could have known. Again, remember who we're dealing with here. It's not a sure bet that Mr. Delight couldn't have noticed the buzzer going off. The buzzer is extremely loud. There's no way he could have ignored something like that. If he had been conscious, that is. Conscious. What do you mean by that? 5? Fine. Let's hear your theory. Recall the defendant's testimony. The moment he entered the victim's office, someone attacked him. Mr. Delight said he felt dazed. I'm willing to wager that he was knocked unconscious for at least a few minutes. Unconscious? So he fainted! That's why Mr. Delight doesn't know about the buzzer that the buzzer had sounded. And that's why he thought he had time to hide the body. So what are you trying to say? Mr. Delight was knocked out, and the buzzer went off as soon afterwards. Alright, we're gonna take a little break for the ads. And if that's the case, I'm gonna look up and see what else I need to do real quick. Alright, cool. There isn't too much that I have to do. Yes, we should absolutely be able to finish this today. There we go. I don't know what ads you were subjected to. But welcome back. Mr. Delight was knocked out and the buzzer went off soon afterwards. Now, unless my client was able to hit the buzzer while he was unconscious, which I don't know, maybe his head hit the buzzer, it can only mean that there was another person in that room. That's right, whoever it was knocked out Ron Delight and pressed the buzzer. Order in the court. Mr. Wright, this is preposterous. It was this kid. Ron Delight is the one who killed Kane Bullard. Then who pressed the buzzer? It was the victim, of course. He pressed the buzzer when the defendant attacked him. He didn't die right away. He must have held on long enough to push that button. So Kane Bullard sounded the buzzer himself. What's your opinion on this, Mr. Wright? I need to prove the real criminal is there at the scene, but how? Can I prove that it wasn't Kane Bullard who sounded the buzzer? I can prove it, all right. The defense's opinion is this, Your Honor. This piece of evidence proves that it wasn't the victim who sounded the buzzer. Why? Why insurance, though? Okay. In the CEO's office, the stealing is directed by the blackmail letter. Alright, let's try this. Well, what do you think, Mr. Goodell? I can hear it. The sound of the buzzer, huh? It's going off inside your head. At this very... Okay, I missed it. What do I have to present here real quick? Go back. Yum! Buzzer, okay. The emergency buzzer of your heart. Is it really? Maybe it's just a little. Mr. Bright. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. I can recover. Phoebe, you sounded like Detective Atme. Okay, Alright. It wasn't the victim who sounded the buzzer. Let's go back to the buzzer. There are no fingerprints on it. Okay, yeah, that would make sense. I believe this is the piece of inconvertible evidence you were looking for. The emergency buzzer itself. Is there some kind of clue on it? It's that fact that he doesn't have any clue. Absolutely not. 6. Hey, come on now. At least give some thought to what you say before opening your mouth. The fact that there are absolutely no clues is itself the clue. Now I'm the one who's clueless. This button has no fingerprints on it. If Mr. Bullard had really pressed it himself, naturally he would have left his fingerprints behind. But you... Rondelight obviously wiped them off. Why would he? The guard could have come in at any moment. Touch that button, I know he did. The defendant, Mr. Delight, was dressed as Master Mask. And Master Mask always wears gloves. The reason why he couldn't possibly had to wipe the button off the fingerprints. Order, order, order. It would seem 7. I've been forced to eat crow. I wonder what blend number crow-flavored coffee is. However, the real killer was at the scene. Why would the person press the emergency buzzer? Shouldn't they have run away without putting themselves in extra danger? What's with this awkward silence all of a sudden? Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, looks like you're fresh out of parlor tricks. They're on to you, Nick! Just give me a minute to collect my thoughts. The real culprit killed Mr. Bullard around 1 a.m. And Mr. Delight just happened to waltz into the when the murder was taking place, right? The killer clobbered Mr. Delight, then sounded the annoying buzzer. Even though the security was supposed to respond right away if the buzzer was pressed. Security was supposed to respond. Time's up, Mr. Wright. Let's hear what you have to say. Very well, then. Oh-ha, you've got some guts. I like that in an opponent. Why did the real killer sound the emergency buzzer? But the buzzer. Emergency buzzer, you know. To call the security guard. The killer knew if they were to press that button, a guard would come running, except for they didn't. And that was exactly what they wanted. Do you mean to say the killer called the guard on purpose? Yes! Yes! Although nobody, as it turned out, showed up. Because he was getting his clock cleaned by it at the time. I know, the tub of heavy butter! So this would be 8. What a touching story. You're saying the killer had a change of heart and called the guard to turn himself in? No, I'm not. When the buzzer sounded, there were 3 people in the office. The victim, Kane Bullard, who was already dead. The defendant, Rhonda Light, who was out cold. And the third person, the real killer. Whose silhouette is that? I have no idea. We're totally not gonna blame Pinocchio's father. Hypothetically, yes. Now then, in this situation, if the real killer made an escape, what would happen? The only ones left in the room would be the victim and Rhonda Light. And if any security guards came running in that time, they would think that I was the murderer. Golf claps for you, my guy. Yes, that's precisely the real killer's objective. To frame Rhonda Light for the murder. What? Okay, so wasted coffee number 8. Order, order, order. Ha, it would seem 9. I've been made to eat my own words once again. Actually, you've been made to do a spit take with a cup of coffee twice. Mr. Wright, who was it? Who was it that tried to frame me? Wait a second. I'm the one and only masked, so... Nick, you mean the real killer is? We're going to drag that person here right now. But, who is it? I don't have any solid proof yet, but think about it. The killer knew Mr. Delight's identity, and they also knew that he had been called to KP security that night. So the killer used him to execute a well-crafted plan to murder Kane Bullard. Who could it possibly be? Who was it that framed Mr. Ron Delight for the murder of Kane Bullard? Who could it possibly be? Who could it be, everyone? Surely not this man. Detective, look at me. He's the only one who could have done it. He's detective. Look at me. You mean Mask to Mask did it? Your Honor, the person being tried in the court next to us is not Mask to Mask at all. He is, in actuality, the true murderer of Kane Bullard. Order, Mr. Bright, explain yourself. Theft and murder. Which is a more serious crime? They're not even close. Murder is a more serious crime, of course. This is a capital crime, subject to capital punishment. Please remember the trial from yesterday, if you would. When Look At Me confessed, there was a huge commotion, and he lost his mind. There was a huge commotion in the courtroom. Of course, a famous detective was unmasked as well as Mask to Mask. Instead of being convicted of a murder, he was found guilty of grand larceny. That was his true objective all along. To be found guilty. Mask to Mask had the perfect alibi for when the murder took place. He was stealing the urn at Lordly Taylor. In other words, being found guilty as Mask to Mask was Look At Me, alright. It was Look At Me's airtight, watertight, unassailable alibi. A guilty verdict. As an alibi? You know, it's almost time. For what? For cup of coffee number 10! For Look At Me's verdict. It was a pretty simple trial, after all. If we're going to stop this trial and stall that one, we need to do it now. Of course. That's assuming you have proof that he was that the detective was the one that committed the murder. Mr. Look At Me's trial has indeed attracted the attention of the entire country. If we were to intrude and fail to provide adequate proof of his crime, Mr. Delight would be left with no grounds for appeal. Am I really sure about this? Ha! A bet's only good when your life's the ante. Mr. Bright, I believe in you! Mr. Delight. So, please. I'm begging you! Thanks, but my decision will determine the rest of your life. Can I really risk your life like this? Phoenix? What was that? Don't stray, Phoenix. For your client, take the path of trust. That voice, that sounded like... Mia! Your Honor, the defense requests an immediate recess. Ah, so that's your answer, huh? Very well. I've decided as well. The court will now take a 20-minute recess. Mr. Wright, when we return, please summon Look At Me to the stand. Yes, Your Honor. Alright, let's go. October 14th, 11:58 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 5. Oh, hi, Payne. Well, Sir Detective At Me. I have to say, Mr. Payne, you performed splendidly. Oh no, Sir Detective At Me. You were the one who... That's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong this trial. The court finds the defendant Look At Me. Wait! Don't hand down your verdict yet, please! Who is this judge? And why is he so much younger? Why don't we have this one? Well, sir lawyer, welcome to my courtroom. Who's this oser? Oh, he's from Canada! My name is Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. And I wish to file an accusation against this man. Look at me! Accusation? You accuse Mask to Mask? That man is not Mask to Mask. He's just a ruthless murderer. What? Rebel? I don't know how a cherry cheek can sweat, but you know. Alright, let's go. October 14th, 12:14 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 4. My sis? I could have sworn I heard Mia's voice. So then, she's still alive, inside your heart. Itchy boy! Oh, Miss Delight. Is it true that Detective is the real killer? To be honest, we don't have any definitive proof. But he's the only one who could have done it. But wasn't he at Lordly Taylor that night? Not to mention, we don't exactly know his motive. I mean, why would Detective Atme want to kill Kane Bullard? Oops, almost time! Better get back to the courtroom! I need to find some solid proof. It's gotta happen sooner rather than later. October 14th, 12:21, District Court, Courtroom number 6. Now then, this court is back in session. Mr. Look at me. Please take the stand. Well, well, how do you do, Sir Lawyer? I would have never thought to see you acting so recklessly. Stop looking at me like that, it's creepy. I couldn't let them hand down your verdict just yet. Not when it would have been given you your perfect alibi. An alibi by the name of Mask to Mask. I'm sorry. I'm afraid that even the great Look at me has no idea what you mean. Of course, I have been in the next courtroom ever since 10 o'clock this morning. I'm afraid there's no way I could have known what was going on in here. Yes. Yes. And this is one of the reasons why I love this series. Like, almost all of the names are some level of pun. You've been in the defendant's seat all day long, correct? Being tried as Mask to Mask. Indeed, it's truly child's play to fool the ignorant masses, you say in front of a judge. Not only did the poor fools ask me to protect their valuables, they even gave me a generous reward upon returning their own property to them. So, again, like Jonathan Wild, take this red diamond ring that sparkles upon my divine finger, for example. So you continue to insist that you are, in fact, Mask to Mask. Of course. Very well then, look at me. Let us begin with a simple question. On October 12th at 1 a.m., Kane Bullard was murdered. Where were you at that time? One without knowledge lacks even the knowledge that he should be ashamed of himself. But don't worry, I will not hold it against you, Sir Judge. Thanks? 10? Alright, Mr. Atme. The night of the murder. Speak. We're all ears. As you wish, Sir Prosecutor. The alibi. I was stealing the urn as Mask to Mask, just as I announced I would. Right? I had more than enough time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job. His ego, though. A photograph contains no words, but in this case, one turned out to be my witness. The time at which the camera captured Mask to Mask was the same time as the murder. Seems the main point of discussion will be this photo of the crime scene. Everything else is up to now was all part of the plan. There has to be a secret to this picture as well. Even the great Mask to Mask cannot be in two places at once. Now then, if you'll excuse me. I have a verdict to receive. No. Unfortunately, Mr. Atme, we still have to do your cross-examination. A fool is too foolish to know that he is a fool. You are sounding like Francesca. I think he's trying to say that you're full of it, Nick. The only thing that's full of it is his alibi. The alibi. We're gonna press everything. So this photograph is proof, correct? Indeed it is. And the man in the photo is certainly wearing a mask. So why am I called Master Mask? But conveniently, that also means there's no way to tell who it really is. What do you mean? Ha, are you saying this is not in fact Luke Atme? That could be an accomplice dressed up as Master Mask to create an alibi? Oh, what an interesting idea. I do not think he'd have the ability to ever have an assistant. Are you saying that I, Lone Wolf Luke, had an accomplice? Probably not. I do not think that you would have that, but... Yeah, no, we're not gonna... I do not believe this man could do this. Give it up. If Luke Atme was at KB Security during the murder, then Master Mask in this picture has to be a fake. Then there really was an accomplice. But right now, I have no idea who it was. I don't have any idea right now either. Baseless objections are what the guy wants. There's gotta be another way, and I'm going to find it. I had more than a pathetically easy job. The photograph contains no words, but in this case it turned out to be my witness. Press that. So by photograph, you mean this piece of evidence here? Is that correct? Indeed it is. That is it. The very thing that proves I committed the crime. The very thing that proves you committed the crime. When you think about it, it's really odd. You say that almost as if you had this picture taken on purpose, which he probably did. He was simply caught by the very camera he had set up. 'Cause see, Ron wouldn't do that. Ron knows where or at least with the office, he knew where all the cameras were. We all have days like that. Indeed, it turned out that there was no such thing as the perfect crime after all. Life is truly a truly ironic thing. A sad blue melody. It looks like I'd better gather more information for now. If he's truly the killer, there's gotta be something phony in that photo. Tell me which the camera captured. Press it. Not the camera that took the photograph. Oh, come now. It's all too clear what you're thinking. Huh? You think I altered the timestamp on the photograph, didn't you? I'm afraid that's impossible. The camera was set up by Lordly Taylor, and on top of that, it was Lordly Taylor's staff that printed the picture's data. Unfortunately for the defense, there is no way the picture could have been altered. I see. Looks like I'd better find something else that could be find suspicious. So, the alibi is false? Has to be. Otherwise he couldn't have killed, Mr. Bullard at KB Security. But I'm not really spotting anything unusual. There are two possibilities. Either the Master Mask in the photo is a fake, or the photo itself is. Okay. Okay, let's press that. I believe Adrian Andrews hired you at one point? That's right. That was over 20 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. You sent a calling card to Lordly Taylor 10 days before the heist. That would mean you sent out the card after you begun your security watch, right? Indeed, there was no reason why I couldn't do both jobs at once. It was a perfect opportunity to steal my latest target. I see. You are truly evil, aren't you? Yes, evil as I am. Hey, Nick, Isn't there something odd about that? Dick Vatme was always proud of his ace detective skills, right? The urn was stolen from Lordly Taylor while he was the only one watching it. He had no way to maintain his perfect ace detective persona. You know, that's true. It's kind of odd. Alright. Okay. So let's... present, I think? Let's present the photo? Not the publicity photo, but the other photo? This photo? Too early? Yeah, okay. Fine, fine, I'm not dead yet. Okay, so let's press that again. Yada yada yada. Come on, think long and hard about that night. The basement warehouse this picture was taken that supposedly captures it. It's gotta be here. Isn't there something but yes! Are you implying that this picture is a fake? You bet I am. There's definitely something strange about that picture. We took a look around the basement that night before the theft took place. There's something in this photo that doesn't match my memory of that night. Very well. Let's hear what you have to say. What about this photograph do you find funny? The paint splotches, I think. Da-da-da. So, like... perhaps this is the area this area? Could you be any more vague? 11. Ha. Today's Java's just a little extra kick to it. It seems that the funny part lies in the air. Oh no, this could be bad. Area of the defense. Ouch. Okay. Alright, hold on. Okay, because we're being a little bit reckless. Just a smidge. Teeny tiny smidge. We're gonna do this. Okay, so we're gonna press that. Yada 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 yada. You bet there is. Yes. Are you mad because I didn't do it exactly like you wanted? Is it this? Is it this? Okay, yeah. The funny part is right here. Okay, I was a little off with my thing. Why, this is a blood stain. Ah, blood. Now the case is getting interesting. Not exactly. This stain is actually a pink paint. Oh, just paint. And peach colored at that. From mud to peaches, this judge sure loves going on wild tangents. The problem with this photograph is not the paint. The problem is when you consider the layout of the basement warehouse. Turns out that something should also be there is nowhere to be seen. Well, Mr. Bright? What was supposed to be in this picture instead of in the paint stains? The statue, because Miss Andrews covered it up. supervisor of the treasure exhibit stated the following. Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime, around noon, the golden statue just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall. I realized that the statue would be the perfect size for covering up the paint stains. That's why I put it where you first saw it. I myself was there the night of the theft took place, and saw the statue in that spot. If that picture was truly taken on the night, then that statue should have been there. But when I went there the day after the theft, that statue with the old bag was sitting on the corner. Perhaps it was somewhere pushed there accidentally. Okay, we'll leave it there. Well, I order myself some dinner because I feel like it. Okay, welcome back. Now let me just... There we go, and there we go. I ordered myself a burrito. Your Honor, the statue is slightly larger than yourself, and it's quite heavy. It would take more than an accident to push or move it in that distance. Ha. In that case, can you prove it? Can you give us the rhyme and the reason as to why the statue was moved that night? Can you do it, Nick? Never mind who moved it. The real question is, why did they move it? Well, Mr. Wright, I hope you are prepared with your answer. Now then, who was the one that moved the golden statue on the night of the crime? Okay, profiles. I'm pretty sure he did it, because he would have already been there. The one who moved the statue is none other than... Look at me! Come on now, Sir Lawyer. There you go again on your strange delusions. Mr. Wright, what basis do you have for your strange delusions? It's very simple. The witness was the only one in the basement warehouse that night. That is indeed very simple. However... why would I want to move the heavy golden statue? The reason for moving the golden statue... Here's where our real battle really begins. Well, Mr. Wright, what reason did the witness have to move the statue? The reason can be found here in this photograph. Look at me. You pretended to be masked to mask, to create an alibi by showing you were at Lordly Taylor that night. But this photograph contains a single fatal flaw. If the statue had been there, your lie would have been exposed like a cheap film at a drugstore. That's why you had to move the statue. A single fatal flaw. Interesting theory. Please enlighten us. Just where in this picture does the lie exist? I'm assuming it's the timestamp, but I'm gonna double check that because I have no HP. No, it is the timestamp. Okay. The timestamp? Naturally, the lies in this photo is the timestamp. What do you mean? I'll tell you exactly what I mean. On the night in question, Luke Atme was at KB Security and murdered Kane Bullard. Therefore, it's obvious. It would have been possible for him to have been at Lordly Taylor at this time. But what does that have to do with the statue being moved? Remember, if you will, Your Honor. When was the statue placed beside the warehouse door? Well, the statue was taken down to the warehouse the day of the crime, and it was placed there in order to cover up the paint. Exactly. Look at me. I had already decided of the time when he was going to kill the victim. And so, in order to create an alibi for that time, he took this picture days before the murder took place. What the? Yeah, because it has the time, but not the date. Of course, the statue hadn't yet been brought down to the basement warehouse yet. Ah. So, on the day of the crime, Mr. Atme must have been quite nervous. The nervous as a long-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory, so to speak. I mean, it's sweating from his nose tip. Why? Because something that wasn't supposed to be there had been brought down and placed where it wasn't supposed to be. And that is why Look At Me had been moved the statue to the night of the murder. He did it to make room to match the way it had been in the photo. Wario noises. Order, order. Mr. Atme, is this true? One moment, Your Honor. Have you forgotten this? What is this? The data for the basement warehouse computer. According to this, the camera did indeed go off on the night of the crime. It's true that the camera had been set up by Lordly Taylor staff. However, the program used to manage that data was yours. That alone would have allowed you to tamper with the data. Order, order. Mr. Godot, what is the meaning of this? Godot, I warned you about making me wait. Now put that coffee down! My 11th cup. Correct? The math is correct? I promised to drink no more than 17 during this trial. Which means I'm still good till the last drop. However, the defense has a pretty good point. A good point? So what? We are all but travelers on a road of infinite points. I think he's getting his points mixed up with his other points. So you say this photograph was taken ahead of time, and that statue was moved in order to make it match. And that's a very interesting idea. However, there's one point I can't be denied. Which is 12? It's only a possibility. Men that are trapped by the chains of maybe can never reach their dreams. That's very true. No way, don't fall for that, Your Honor. Hey, Mr. Damask. Yes? There's no funny business in your actions as Damask. If there should be no problem with you telling us your strategy, so let's hear it. Yes, please provide the court with your testimony about your plan to steal the Sacred Urn. The Sacred Urn heist. I first received the request from Lordly Taylor about 20 days ago. The urn was placed in a box, and Zavri! It's sent to the warehouse. Hence, I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. I knew it was extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days in beforehand. I then handled security by myself to ensure that my crime would go smoothly. At last, I held the urn in my hands for the first time at 1 a.m. on October 12th. That's pretty much all the stuff we've heard before, isn't it? Yeah, but we'll find out the truth hidden in the nuggets of the new information he gave. Witness. You're sure there are no mistakes this time? Let's find all the mistakes this time. Savri. Very well then, Mr. Wright. You may begin your cross-examination. Sacred Urn heist. I don't think we need to press that. Press that. You mean this box? Yes, that pathetic box. Lady Andrews was specifically taken with that urn. And she wouldn't let anyone enter the storehouse room, not even me. Huh, interesting new tidbit. Hence, I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. I knew it was extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days beforehand. Press that. You mean this calling card? That's it! That's it! Without a doubt, my calling card. I guess Mr. Delight didn't make this after all. Of course. Because Atme knew about the emblem. Making this card authentic would have been child's play for him. Then I handle security by myself. Da-da-da-da. Press that. Then no one entered the basement warehouse? Unfortunately, there were many different treasures being taken there. Thus, for a period of approximately 5 days, people were indeed going in and out of the warehouse. At last, I held the urn in my hands for the first time at one— Okay, press that. And this is the photo that proves that, huh? Indeed, to be honest, even if a photo was taken. I didn't think it would matter terribly much. Hey, Nick! If this photo's a fake, Detective Atme might have stolen the urn whenever this was taken. That's true. You know, he's been saying that he never saw the urn until that night. If we can prove that he's lying there, we can wrap this up and put a bow on it. To take a good hard look at the court record. Not a lot going on in there, huh? The detective's been covering his tracks. There's only one thing we need to prove this cross-examination. I took this photo well before the actual night of the crime. Alright then, how do we do that? There's one thing that Atme very clearly stated. That he had never seen the urn before he stole it. We need to prove that he's lying. Alright. Okay. So let's see. Okay, there's the camera. Do we do the urn? 2 weeks ago and replaced in a box, kept out of sight. So actually, it probably is the urn. Let me double check that since I have no health. And I must scream. Okay, so let's look at the calling card real quick. Check it! I will be coming the priceless art splendid with cake. Oh no, he had seen it because it's speckled. Mr. Atme, if you really are mask to mask, then you also wrote this calling card, correct? But of course. Is there a problem with that calling card? Unlike the problem with the phone booth? Allow me to read a passage from the calling card that Master Mask has written. Take good care of the speckled urn. Now, the speckled here surely refers to the pink patterns on the sacred urn. Yes, that's true. But so what? Truth be told, there's no way that Master Mouse could have known about this pattern. What do you mean? This pink spotted pattern in the urn is actually nothing more than paint stains. Paint stains! And the stains did not appear until after the urn had been taken by Lordly Taylor. 13. I'm not finding this joke to be very funny, Mr. Trite. The day that the sacred urn was taken to the warehouse, the urn was broken due to human error, or should I say an error-prone human. And that's when the pink paint got on the urn. You can't be serious. And yet the calling card clearly mentions the paint pattern. Which means Detective Atme had seen this urn long before the crime even took place. In fact, he saw it when this fake photo was taken. Achoo! And because the photo is fake, your alibi for the night of the murders no longer holds water. Witness, do you have anything to say for yourself? All right, that did it. He's broken. Nick, I think it's still a little early for victory pose. Huh? 14? Wow. So sad. No one has any conviction these days. Conviction, you say? Yesterday, we all decided unanimously that this man was masked to mask. And now we're calling him a murderer. You don't think we're being a tad fickle? That's a good point. No way! Don't fall for that too, Your Honor! You say, look at me, as the one who killed Cain Bullard? Then let me ask you this, why would he do that? An excellent point. Motive, Mr. Bright, motive. Might you, my merry murderous motive manifest? Nick, he's getting his second wind. If he had prepared an alibi and pinned the crime on Run Delight, as you say, he must have had a very strong motive for the murder. The only one with any motive we've seen is Run Delight. Isn't that right, Detective? Indeed. According to my own research, the boy's motive is clear. Without a motive, it's nearly impossible to prove guilt in a murder case. Now then, maybe you can enlighten us as to what the defendant's motives were. I'd be honored to, Sir Old Timer. They're doing everything they can to make Ron look suspicious. Despite our lack of hard information, this may be our only chance. Motive for the murder. Look at me, had no points of contact with the victim whatsoever. Cain Bullard decided to investigate Mask to Mask and simply mistook who he was. It was Mr. Bullard who wrote the blackmail letter and sent it to Ron Delight. I doubt that. And it was again Mr. Bullard who harbored a grudge against Mr. Delight for his betrayal. Mr. Bullard's mistake is quite excusable. The defendant truly believes he is Mask to Mask. This is why Mr. Delight saw it fit to kill Cain Bullard. Truly a tragedy. So the victim, Cain Bullard, blackmailed the defendant? Again, doubt. This is the blackmail letter found in the defendant's apartment. A handwritten test confirms that that Mr. Bullard was indeed the one who wrote the letter. Okay. What? Blackmail letter was updated. Very well, Mr. Wright. Begin your cross-examination. Okay, let's go. Press it. And who in the world is going to prove that? I will. After doing a thorough background check of the detectives Atme and Cain Bullard, we were unable to find any links between them. That's all there is to report. Perhaps they were connected through their work? Were they both involved in security? Nope. That was blunt. In any case, the only with the motive was around Delight. Mistook? That's right, mistook. From the Old Norse mistaka, meaning to take an error. That wasn't what I meant. Then who did the victim mistake for being Mask to Mask? Why, the answer is obvious. Ron Delight, of course. I'd like to whip that smug look off this guy's face. Why would the victim mistake the defendant for Mask to Mask? Don't you already know that? Savri, take a look at this newspaper. Oh, that famous tear of Eminon, that magnificent jewel. That photo shows a magnificent detective as well, does it not? Furthermore, it also shows an ugly guard, namely the defendant. The defendant? The victim clearly misread the article and, Zavri, he got the wrong impression. The impression that this ugly security guard was in fact Mask to Mask. I see. That was an unusual reasonable deduction. You meant this blackmail letter, right? It says, bring $50,000. And the handwriting is without a doubt the victim's? There's no mistake. We have an official report to prove it. But I don't see any address on this letter anywhere. address. This letter was discovered by in Ron Delight's department. And Mr. Delight did show up at the designated place and time. The fact is, there's no address is irrelevant. I wonder. What's up, Nick? I just had a thought. What is that blackmail wasn't meant for Mr. Delight, and he just did it because he just assumed things. Sir, do you have any evidence of that? For some reason, I just can't shake the feeling. That there's something not quite right about this blackmail letter. Well, everyone, are you quite satisfied? No. For his betrayal, how did you know about that? What do you mean by that? Oh my, I was certain you were already aware. Savri! TBC has all sorts of companies, and since I was the security team chief, I stole data from the company. Kane Bullard had not yet forgiven young Mr. Delight, which is why he sent them a letter upon mistakenly believing that he was a thief. Here's the file that we discovered in Mr. Bullard's office. Evidence that Mr. Bullard was receiving money through blackmail. However, isn't that a bit odd? Why did the defendant pay Mr. Bullard the money, even though he wasn't actually mask to mask? On that point, there was an unfortunate bit of chance. Mr. Bullard's mistake was as he truly did. Do you really think that story's gonna hold up? The assertion is not merely my own, I'm afraid. What do you mean? I have here a memo from Ron Delight's wife, Desiree Delight. 14? Ronnie thinks he's mask to mask. Don't you feel sorry for him? Please don't think too badly of him. Well, Mr. Trite. Was he trying to act like Miss Delight just now? I thought he was actually pretty convincing. Now that's just your imagination talking. Come on now, Sir Lawyer. I'm afraid imagination isn't the right word for it. This is a deduction, the result of carefully applied reasoning. Can we hear all the carefully applied reasoning for ourselves? No. That's a long story and better saved for another time. Very well, another time. Those so-called long stories aren't usually all that long. At least not in my experience. So you're going to try and connect Detective Atme to Mr. Bullard, right? Yeah, that's hopefully requires surgery either. In that case, you'll have to talk about the blackmail. That's true. Was the blackmail letter really intended for Ron? Since we don't have enough information, you should yeah, I know. Alright, hold on. Noom. Okay. Okay. So he presenteth the newspaper clipping. Take a good look at this newspaper clipping. It contains a picture of the Tears of Eminon, the stolen jewel. What about it? Problem is that this jewel's color. Color? I'm not much for distinguishing color myself, because you're probably very colorblind because of that visor. According to the clipping, the color of the stolen jewel was blue. However, in the blackmail letter, that's a totally different jewel is mentioned. Take that red diamond you received the other day. Red? Which means the red diamond described in this blackmail letter is not the Tear of Eminon that Master Mask stole at all. And your point is, Mr. Trite? So you're trying to say that this blackmail letter was intended for somebody else? Yes! That's what you're trying to say, right, Trite? That's what you're trying to say, right, Mr. Right? Well, that's what you're trying to say, right, Nick? Yes! This is who Kane Bullard was actually blackmailing. We're gonna assume that it was, in fact, Pinocchio's father. Naturally, it was you, Detective Atme. Do you have some sort of basis for that claim? You have been personally involved in every single Master Mask case. And the last case, you recovered what was stolen and received a jewel as your reward. A jewel. Probably the one who wrapped conspicuously around your finger. That red diamond ring. That's the diamond referred to in the letter. Which means that Kane Bullard wrote the letter in order to blackmail you. Ah! Order in the court. Order, I say. We at 15? It seems you've gone too far with your childish pranks, Trite. Oh, I don't like the way he said that. Kane Bullard blackmailing Luke at me. Are you for real? Yes, I am. Nick, come on, stand up to him. Then answer me. This. The blackmail letter contains the following passage. If you don't want your identity revealed to the world. Yes, it certainly does. Kane Bullard threatened to make Luke Atme's identity public knowledge. An identity he wanted to keep secret. So just what was that identity? Atme killed Kane Bullard because he was afraid of his secret becoming known. What was this identity he wanted to keep a secret? This is what it all comes down to, Nick. The identity that Luke Atme wanted to so desperately secretly was as a blackmailer, probably. We're gonna just double check that because, again, I have no HP. Yep, okay, it absolutely was a blackmailer. Luke Atme was a blackmailer. Pinocchio's father was a blackmailer the entire time? Hey now, isn't that a little different from what you've been saying? You said that Kane Bullard was the one blackmailing Luke Atme. Are you saying that Atme was blackmailing someone else on top of that? It's like the tree keeps growing. You have to admit that does sound a little odd. It's not odd. It's the only thing that makes any sense. Kane Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atme. But Rhonda Light was also being blackmailed by a certain someone. So did you start receiving blackmail letters after this incident? Yes, just a few days after the Tears of Memnon heist. After that, I started getting the plans in the mail. I received plans from some very kind person, incredibly detailed plans. Detailed plans? In which case, that would mean Rhonda Light was actually Master Mask. Yes! That's what we're claiming! Someone else came up with this plan and had Mr. Delight steal the targets for him. And that someone was none other than Luke Atme! Because he can't do it himself! Shh, silence. Hi, kitty. Hee 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 hee. Pet the kitty cat. Now I see it's all becoming clear. What is? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Careless, with the tendency to jump to conclusions. Am I wrong? How did you... You say that I, Luke Atme, was blackmailing Ron Delight? In which case, I would naturally know all about his relation to Master Mask. Okay, we're gonna snooze these ads. Well, yes. Ron Delight started receiving plans for a second crime onward, correct? Which means I learned of his identity when he committed the first crime. Good point. You certainly couldn't have blackmailed him otherwise. 16? In that case, let's see some hot, bitter evidence. During the first crime, how did Look at Me know that Ron Delight was masked to mask? I'm pretty sure it was the this, but let me double check that. Oh, wait, no, that's an easier answer than that. Newspaper clipping! I think I see it. See what? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Gets into lots of mischief trying to be the center of attention. What do you mean? This newspaper clipping. It has a picture of you and Ron Delight in his guard uniform. Seems that Mask to Mask didn't just disappear into thin air. He just took off his outfit and hid in the bucket. That sounds far too stupid to be true. Correct. With tricks like that, he couldn't fool a baby, let alone an ace detective. And when you figured that out, Mr. Atme? That's when you learned that under his mask, Mask to Mask was really Ron Delight. What the? Wasn't he supposed to be Mask to Mask? Not only that, it looks like he wasn't even an ace detective. I can't believe it. He was just a slimy blackmailer. What a fraud, trying to pass himself off as an ace detective. Oh, he does not like this at all. Why, you, how dare you expose me like that? Why, I mean, I've never blackmailed anyone in my life. I'm a famous and proud ace detective, and also Mask to Mask. And you can understand that. I'm afraid you are neither a proud thief nor an ace detective. You're just a slime bag. You're a blackmailer and a murderer. That is your true identity. Why, you... Dare imply that convict... Oh, God, we're not even... Nope, no, big mouth of yours, you foolish fool. None of you can compare to the genius. You're so jargon. Just... Nope, we're not even keeping up with that. He is just... it's enough to make me laugh. I would seem we'd finally arrived at the real answer. That was quite a performance by Mr. Atme. Bailiffs, please prepare a cell for Mr. Atme. 17. The hammer that strikes too fast has no time to aim. What do you mean? I'm already prepared to deliver my ruling. Allow me to say one thing. I will be the one to judge. You don't get much more in your face than that. It appears that your claws weren't quite as sharp enough, Mr. Trite. What do you... It's true that you've proven a lot of things. Things like Luke Atme is a filthy blackmailer, and that he wasn't at Lordly Taylor the night of the murder. That's right. That's why he's the one who killed Mr... But... there's still one thing you have yet to prove. What's that? Just because he wasn't at the warehouse doesn't mean he was at the murder scene. Therefore, if you can't prove that his pitiful excuse for a man at the KBA security, then I don't see how the verdict can be delivered. No! No way! Order in the court. Well, Mr. Bright, this is it. This is the final round. I've got to prove that Atme was at Mr. Buller's office on that night. But, can you really prove that? Excuse me, Kitty. Yes, I know. That's long enough, Mr. Trite. I want to hear your answer. That night, Luke Atme was at KB Security, and the defense can prove it. The defense can prove it. With evidence. Are you sure? As my cat is really trying really hard to cross the keyboard. Ha. Don't worry, I'll watch over you as you break down and fall to pieces. Very well then, let's see the proof. Oh baby, I know. Oh wait, I can't prove that though. Oh no! Here, we're gonna exit. Oh no. Yeah, let's go with the attorney's badge real quick. This is how we prove this. Hi, baby. This is the proof. Excuse me, baby. Is this true? This is very important. However, I'm not so full of... Okay, pass the evidence. Okay, we are on 17 cups of coffee. Well, Mr. Wright. It's bitter, very bitter. Okay, it's okay. Come on, Nick. Don't give up now. What do I do? If I make a mistake here, it's over. Yes. Can't prove it. I can't prove it. Just as I thought. But if we hear more of Detective Atmey's testimony... Unfortunately, that's as far as you go, Mr. Trey. What do you mean? I won't allow for any more testimony. That's what I mean. What? Have you forgotten? Luke Atmey is here after we interrupted his own trial. And you have failed to prove that he committed murder. I think it's time for this witness to return to his own trial and face his guilty verdict as mask to mask. No. Well now, Sir Lawyer, it seems that I went out in the end after all. I am the ace detective who, as well as mask to mask, my verdict will verify that. Just as Ron's delights will verify that he's true the murderer. I just declare that this is the ace detective. Order. That's enough. I can't believe this at this rate. Ron is... Don't give up now, Nick. We still have tomorrow. We can look for more evidence and... By then, it'll be too late. Huh? Why? Double jeopardy. One basic rule of any court of law. Double jeopardy? Should a defendant be tried and found innocent in court, that defendant cannot be tried again for the same crime. This is a fundamental rule of all courts. And it applies to the witness as much as it applies to anyone else. Mr. Atmey will be found guilty in a matter of minutes. Guilty as mask to mask, which means he will be innocent as far as the murder of Kane Bullard is concerned. No way! The fact that you were unable to prove Mr. Atmey's guilt of that crime here means that he will never again be tried as Kane Bullard's murderer. Wow! Now there's nothing I can possibly do to win, even if Ron is proclaimed to be innocent. The real killer, Luke Atmey, will go free. You have cross-examined every statement this witness has made here today. And as long as there is no more testimony, I'm afraid I have to declare that there will be no further questioning of this witness. Are there any objections? Then I hereby end the cross-examination of Luke Atmey. Phew! I think I see it. Your Honor. When you were a child, there was... what was on your report card every year. Has poor hearing, and often makes mistakes as a result. How did you? Phoenix, raise your head up high. Have you forgotten what I used to tell you? A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. That voice. No way. Long time no see, Phoenix. Mia! This is the true power of the Kurain channeling technique. I know that this is really Maya who's standing before me, but right now she's my mentor, Mia Fey. Now, let's do this. But there's nothing more we can do, Mia. I have barely any HP. Without any more testimony, I can't cross-examine. Not yet. The testimony's not over yet. What do you mean? Your Honor, just as you said, just now, you said something very interesting. You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today. Yes, that's true. Unfortunately, Your Honor, you're forgetting something. Earlier, after the last cross-examination, this witness made a number of remarks. Well now, Sir Lawyer, it seems the Lovers wins out in the end after all. I am an ace detective as well as master of my verdict will verify that. We're snoozing the ads. Oh no. Never mind. Just as Ron Delights will verify that he's true murder, I declare that with the full force of my ace detectiveness. Okay. Yes, but those comments appear to have no importance to what's up. Very well. Then we shall prove that their importance be a cross-examination. At any rate, as long as the witness has made these remarks, we, the defense, assert our right to question them. Is that all right with you, prosecutor? Is something the matter, Mr. Godot? Oh, nothing. Oh, Sir Lawyer, it looks like you're one step too late. If your such a falsehoods would do, as if your falsehoods would do anything to me, look at. Let's hear it. Huh? It's true that the witness made some remarks. So then, let's hear this last bit of cross-examination. Alright. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab my food, at least out of the front door. Okay, let's see how long this cross-examination's gonna take. Yeah, the last testimony. Okay. Shouldn't take too long to finish this up, so that's what we'll do. Okay. Let's hear the last bit of cross-examination. Mr. Godot, what are you? Very well then, Mr. Look at me. I'm going to allow the defense to cross-examine your earlier remarks. The defense would like to hear what you declare the defendant to be true. You would like to hear why you declare the defendant to be the true murderer. So please, give us one last bit of testimony. Phoenix, this is it. This is our absolute last chance, because we also have 1 HP and a dream. Yes, Chief. Alright. Indeed, it is true that I was not at Lordly Taylor. I had to leave about another vitally important job request. I had known about the date beforehand, so this is the photograph readied. My brilliant deduction was that what information was the true culprit was Ron Delight. And thanks to the keycard in the wallet, it was abundantly clear that he was there. I was also able to make a deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once. The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? The victim would have left prints on it if he sounded it, which meant the killer sounded it. Mr. Delight was wearing his mask-to-mask outfit, which is why he left no prints. And the blackmail letter? The victim likely just mistook the color of the jewel. Zavri! Therefore, all the evidence points to that poor boy. Alright, let's nail this guy. This testimony actually seems to hold up pretty well. The witness's earlier remarks do not appear to have been hastily prepared. All of his points have been explained, and none of them seem to be contradicting anything. But, of course. But, how do you know about it? How did you know about the emergency buzzer? The police investigation documents went directly through me. I mean, there's a level of... I know some men are slightly colorblind, but not like that. I looked all over the documents. It's elementary, Sir Lawyer. Grr. Are you going to make it even more trouble for us now, Sir Lawyer? Yes. Yes, because the player wants to eat her burrito. I will not allow any of your usual shenanigans, Mr. Wright. We cannot postpone Luke Esme's trial any longer. This is your last chance. Hang on a second, just one chance? Ha, seems like the party's about to begin. Well, Phoenix, there's any contradict. So it would seem. What do you mean? So it would seem. Listen, Phoenix, pointing out contradictions doesn't always mean you have to present evidence, does it? At any rate, this is our last chance. If you can't point out a case-breaking contradiction, you lose. That's all there is to it. 17! Cup number 17, the last cup. Seems like the time has come to put an end to this trial. That's still so much coffee, Godot. I have to find the fatal contradiction in this testimony, and I need to point out the without presenting any evidence, which means all I can do is find the contradiction and make it and press it. Remember, you only get one chance. Very well. All right. Girl, I know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hi, baby. 6, 7. Hi, baby. 8, 9. Mr. Atme, about this last remark. You still don't get it, do you, Trite? This isn't the time to be pressing the witness on every little statement. I only did it once! I'm afraid you're the one who still doesn't get it, Mr. Goodell. What? Mr. Atme, it seems you have finally admitted that you were in the CEO's office on the night of the murder. How can you say that? Let's review your testimony, shall we, Mr. Atme? The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? Mr. Delight was wearing his mask-to-mask outfit, is that correct? Indeed. That's what I said. My deductions are absolutely foolproof. More like your deductions prove that you're a fool. I'm sorry, whatever do you mean? For some reason, I'm starting to get really thirsty. When exactly did we learn the fact that Ron Delight was dressed as mask-to-mask when he went to the scene of the crime? That was, it was just a few hours ago. Back when my sixth cup was looking at me with a cold stare. Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention that before? I'm sorry. I just never had a chance to mention it up until now. That's right. The defendant had yet to tell anyone else the fact before this morning. Therefore, the only people who should have known those who have been watching this trial. Yeah. Do you understand now, Detective Atme? There's no way that you should have known about all that. Aye! You were in the next courtroom being tried as mask to mask. So then enlighten us, how did you know about that piece of information? Well, come on, this detective must have known about it. Probably had plenty of chances to find out beforehand. And those chances are what I want to discuss next. That night, Mr. Delight was wearing his mask-to-mask outfit. There is one and only one way. The Detective Atme could have found that out. One way, you say. Please recall, if you will, Mr. Delight's testimony. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there, and it bopped me over the head. For a second, my client witnessed the real killer. But Mr. Delight never saw his attacker, so there's no way to tell whether or not the real killer was Luke Atme. It's with that statement that I'll turn this case on its head. Just what are you implying? Mr. Delight saw the real killer, correct? Now, if you turn the statement around, it stands to reason that the real killer had also seen Ron Delight. Impossible! Detective Atme, you saw Mask Damask at the murder scene that night. You saw him when you killed Kane Bullard and assaulted Ron Delight. That was the only way you could have known what Ron was wearing. Oh no, he's gonna go Super Saiyan. Here we go. Oh, I think we're gonna get fast talking again. Take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown. Oh, here we're doing this again. That's the same line you gave yesterday. But I think there's a little more meaning behind this time. Hi, baby. Hee hee hee, ha ha ha, ho ho ho. Hi, baby. I know. You want me to get up. What an awfully complicated incident. Kane Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atme, who in turn blackmailed Ron Delight. And upon killing his blackmailer, Luke Atme tried to frame Ron Delight. He then claimed to be guilty as Mask Damask in order to escape his true crime. And in that end, he came up with this plan, to use the double jeopardy rule when making his alibi. At any rate, it would seem we'd finally found the truth. Excuse me. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of murderer. I know you want to cross, I know. Don't ignore me! Oh, I didn't realize you were there. Why wouldn't he be? About the verdict. I know. You never committed any murder. That's right. I'm so glad you understand that, but... I really am Mask Damask! Huh? So, thanks to the trial yesterday, I'm innocent now, right? What is it you said? Double jeopardy? Now that you mention it! I've been careless. Careless. What do you think, Mia? As the defendant says, the rule of double jeopardy is absolute. A defendant could never be tried twice for a crime that he was once found innocent. Then, Mask Damask is really innocent. It would seem so. For now. For now. Now then, this court finds the defendant not freaking guilty. Boy, I was really lucky. Wait, this isn't so good after all. You see, the thing is, I still am Mask Damask after all. October 14th, 3:35 p.m. You did it, Phoenix. Thanks, Mia. It's been a long time, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because Maya doesn't call on me as much these days. Oh? I'm joking, Phoenix. Don't take everything so seriously. But on the other hand, Maya, she seems kind of torn these days. You mean about becoming the master of the Korean channeling school? Becoming the master means saying goodbye to our mother. Misty Faye, right? Watch over her, will you, Phoenix? Of course. Well then, see you around. Mia? Mr. Wright, I don't know what to say. Congratulations, Mr. Delight. Thank you so much. No, wait. Nothing really matters anymore, though, now that all of this has happened. Oh, come on, just be happy already. Maya, been cleared of the murder charge and got off as Mask Damask to boot, too. But, in exchange, I lost everything. Huh? What do you mean? Stealing security information from KB Security, becoming Mask Damask? I did it all for one reason. For her. You mean your wife, Desiree? She hates criminals more than anything. Come to think of it, she was once held hostage by some robbers, wasn't she? She always said how she hated sneaky criminals. I knew that, but once I got fired from KB Security and lost all the money I had, she wouldn't have any reason to stay with me. I thought she would leave me for sure. So that's why you became Mask Damask? Yes, but it's all over now. A broken bowl can never be back together. Oh, there's this whole Japanese art of doing that, my guy. That's not true, right, Nick? Right. Really? Can we go back to the way things were? You'll be fine, and Nick can prove it. I can? I kind of wish you would check on with me first, Even if the bowl is broken, it can always be put back together, and we're using the vase because, look at it. Sacred urn? Desi was the one who found this. Desiree, your wife, she's always believed in you, Ron. That's why you'll be fine. You don't have to worry about anything. Ah, there you are. Miss Delight. You did it, Ronnie. You're innocent. I'm so happy. Thank you. I appreciate that. But, I suppose you don't want anything more to do with me, do you? Ronnie, why didn't you talk to me about what was going on? I had no idea you'd quit KB Security. I never imagined that you were really Master Mask either. Miss Delight, what are you going to do with that now that you know? You're not going to really leave him, are you? Come on, it's obvious, isn't it? How can I ever let a wonderful man like him get away? After all, my bike's really fast. So fast, there's no way he could ever get away. But didn't you say that you hated criminals? Oh, I only hate people who act all cowardly and sneaky. There's a difference. Like that detective. I see. My Ronnie went and declared his crimes before he committed them, like a man. I just love men who are so chivalrous. Chivalrous? I knew I was right about you. Every day I spend with you is filled with thrills and excitement. Dizzy. Desiree, you really do love Ron, don't you? Nicky boy? Yes? I'm really glad I asked you to defend my Ronnie. Thank you so much. I'll never forget what you've done for us. Well, take care of yourself. You too, Nicky boy. I feel my face glowing red. Mr. Nick, Mystic Maya, congratulations! Yes! Talk about bad timing. Mr. Nick, how could you? With another man's wife, in front of Mystic Maya! No. I'll never forgive you. Never, ever. Oh, the slapping, it's real. So, just as this case came to a close, so too did my consciousness. Ron said, a broken bowl can never be put back together. But I know that's not true. I mean, just look. Here's a perfect example of one that was put back together even better than before. Hooray! Okay. That's not... Yes, save your progress up until this point. Yes. Cool. So that is where we will call it, and I'm gonna go eat my burrito. Thank you all for coming. It was nice to get back into that and actually have it work. So we're gonna figure out who to raid. I have an idea. So we'll do RMAA. RMAA2. Y'all are wonderful. Thanks for spending the time with me today. And let's see who's streaming. Even though, like I said, I already kind of have an idea of who I want to raid. Yuppers, we're gonna go to Kaito, who was here earlier. So, start the raid. Thank you all for coming. I'll see you later. Bye.
My name is Kaito and we're playing Deltarune and we're doing a puzzle right now.